Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the show, Ace's Place, where I'm Ace, and this is my place. But this is also the Ace in the Hole variety show, episode 13. Ace off. I didn't know how else to say that. I see I hate to share your referral link. It's right in the way of all the comments. So I try to keep up. We got Kaz in the chat. What's up, Bubba? Kaz, Ultra Liger. What's happening, my guy? It's great to have both of you here. Liger, as always, you are a huge supporter of the channel. I truly appreciate it. Even though, I say supporter, but it's an emotional support. When I see you guys showing up or whatever on the channel, it makes me feel good. It makes me think, you know what, I'm gonna keep doing this and I'm doing something right. So welcome, as always. We are starting the show off per usual. Ace is doing his thing. You guys can set up, do your thing, prepare for the show. About the 10-minute mark, if that, not even, I will do a proper introduction. So, if anybody's read the description of this episode, it is all about, I don't want to say all about, but the main topic is going to be our favorite 80s, 90s, or whatever year you want to throw in there, action films or stars. So even if your favorite action film, let's say, is Terminator, but your favorite action star is Sylvester Stallone, let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation. We're definitely going to be talking about toys. I've got two deliveries sent to my house today, and I'm super excited. I've already done an unboxing of one, not a video or anything like that. I was just super excited to see the quality of what I got. Queen Bee, what's happening, darling? It's so good to see you here as well. I hope you're doing well. So yeah, I wanted to check the quality of one of the items that I ordered from Temu, and let me tell you, it is a 10 out of 10. I am going to order another one, but of a different variety or a different look. Cannot wait. I'm going to show you guys that here in a little bit. And I also got something from eBay. Of course I did, right? Can't keep my fingers off that eBay, bid or buy now. Because when I see a price that's super good, I can't help but jump at it. Like, I mean, the glow in the dark Muckman that I got, I can't remember exactly what he got thrown in with me buying the Krang for $50. Like, hey, what a great deal, right? So, like I said, in a few minutes, I'll do a proper introduction of the show and we'll get it going. And as usual, I will throw the link out in the chat. So anybody is more than welcome to click on that and jump on in. I have no problem. Everybody that has been reoccurring here on my videos or even in the videos on, my actual channel. I trust all of you people. I've talked to like 99% of you that joined me here on this show. So everybody is welcome. I'm going to die for a second. Give me a moment. All right. False report. I didn't die. But I am going to take my medicine. You will hear it. And when we get to that 5-minute mark, I think we're going to start the show. Have you seen double gray? I don't know if anybody heard that music, but we'll turn it up a little bit because it's royalty free. This is the man who laughs. I don't know how well you guys can hear that. Good for 60 and 8, not that merger you found. Inhale a puffy breath and watch your lungs pound. Jump out of your chest and pulse on the ground. So I'm honestly gonna have that stuff playing in the background for filler sound. And I can get away with it. I don't have to switch my tripod out, so forget about it. I think we're good. Oh, I just cooked dinner and it smells delicious. I didn't eat any because, of course, I had to feed the kid first. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 3, 2, and 1. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Ace's Place 22, where I'm Ace, and this is my place. So thank you. The man who laughs, I was just talking about you. I literally was just talking about you. That's so wild. I've got your music playing in the background, so we'll start off with a shout out. I seem a little laggy. That's probably the typical. That's the typical. I think it's because of the lighting. Let's try. It's a little bit better. We'll do that for right now. So hopefully everybody out there is doing good. Actually, I don't like that at all. Oh, why can't I get this gosh darn thing off of here? There we go. Huh. How's that? It's not as laggy. Can I get away with hiding it? That's super strange that my light is weird like this right now. Let's do. Trying to figure this out, folks. Technical difficulties, of course. That's not bad right there. That's good. We're going to work with this one. Options. You got to have options in your lighting game. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Ace's Place proudly presents to you the greatest variety show on YouTube, the Ace and the Whole Variety Show, episode 13, Ace Off, where we're going to talk about our favorite action films and action stars of the 80s, 90s, and whatever era you want to throw in. So, boys and goyles, let's get going. But before we do that, we got to do the typical shout outs. So, starting off, first and foremost, I don't know which one I'm pointing. We're going to give the man who laughs a shout out because 1, we're rocking the Bloodshot Boys music. 2, he's in the comments right now. So the man who laughs, thank you so much for joining us here at Ace's Places. Also, we're going to give another shout out to Ultra Liger because the dude is always everywhere where we need him to be, supportive. And for that, Ultra, thank you, brother. Next shout out is going to go to Casual Toy Collector because Kaz is rad. That didn't sound too bad. It sounded better in my head, though. Casual Toy Collector, that's casual with a K. Go check out his channel. He is doing a live stream tonight. I'm sure you'll see him in the chats. It's Flex Friday. Also, go check out the Man Who Laughs channel. I blanked on even saying that. Just went right into the next thing. And who else do we want to give a shout out to? Roughshod Stocks. If you want to see the greatest and latest toy hunt videos, go over to the Roughshod Stocks channel, and you will see things you probably won't ever get because, like, fuck, my toy stores, they have about that much stuff in them. You know what I'm saying? And one more shout out because I don't have no papers here. Fumbling Through the Galaxy because that dude is just awesome. And Frank Dumont, you're awesome too. So there you go, everybody. Shout outs. That being said, I want to talk about for a minute. WrestleMania was the other day, and well, it was interesting. I didn't mind watching it. Got to watch a lot live along with Roughshod himself, Graybeard and Virgo Cool, and Derek from Derek's Wrestling Toys and Tees. Go check out his channel. There's a plug as well. We watched WrestleMania together via, satellites and instant transmissions and all that gobbledygook. And it was a pretty cool experience. It was pretty fun to watch. Spoilers. John Cena won. He is now a 17-time WWE World Heavyweight Champion, however you want to label it, beating Ric Flair. I'm not going to be the typical Mark and be like, oh, this is bogus. I don't really care. I just watch it for the entertainment. I knew Cena was going to win. We all knew Cena was going to win. He had to win. But my bugaboo is the build up around it. You could have made Cena and Cody way more personal than what it was. Why was The Rock involved? What's going on? When is my hair going to grow back? Ooh, questions that need answering, and we're just never going to get them because it's the wild world of wrestling. It doesn't have to make sense. It's stupid fun entertainment. But I am excited for Cena and Randy Orton. Oh, what do we got? Who? Fumbling through the galaxy. Hey, oh, friends, I'm at a conference presenting to 400 people. You know how quiet I am usually, so sorry to miss you all tonight. Have a great show. Fumbling, man, thank you so much. Good luck presenting to 400 people. Make sure you tell them about my channel. Can you do that? Are you allowed to get away with that? Can you tell them that? Because, hey, best of luck to you, brother, and thank you so much for the support. I gave you a shout out, and there you are. But I am excited for John Cena and Randy Orton. We've only ever seen the John Cena Randy Orton feud where Orton's the villain, Cena's the hero. So it's cool to see, what'll happen when they cross paths on opposite ends of that spectrum. And before I do forget, I'm only gonna run the Ace in the Hole variety show for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half tops. My daughter wants to go for a bike ride tonight before it gets dark, and I cut our time short at the playground earlier to make sure we were here because I got out of work late, went to pick her up from school, or vice versa. I'm so used to it being the other way around. And my day's been backwards. My day has been totally backwards. So, Doe, what's happening? Well, Doe, you've only been here like what, once? Okay, once. So we will give you a shout out. Doe Studios, we give him a shout out. Very knowledgeable individual. Both him and Ultra are very, very individual. They're very individual people. Of course they are. Idiot. They're very knowledgeable people. So I don't know. Other than that, there you go. But we went to the playground for a little bit. Just made dinner, doing the show. That's why it's 6:15, not 6 o'clock. And so again, I promised her we'd go out to the playground. So by like 7:30, I want to kind of reel it in, just so you guys know. So there's that. What else? We are gonna do. I don't know if there's any other highlights of the week or the day or anything like that. We are going to talk about some toys real quick though before I open the chat. Actually, you know what? I don't know if there's anybody that's going to jump in the chat, but I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Let me know. Yo, Virgo, what's happening? What's happening? You can be tardy to the party because this guy's a little retardy. Can I say that? Am I going to get canceled for that? Dude, she will take care of business, though. She kicked my ace all the time, except for that one time last week where I 1, 2, 3 laid down the SmackDown and I beat her for the women's NXT championship. Yeah, that's right, folks. You're looking at the new NXT women's championship of the LWL, the Living Room Wrestling League. We've got a video or two on the channel. Go check them out. They're pretty stupid. I did see a thing I wanted to see. Right here. I wanted to read Ultras. Prior to them doing the Cena heel turn, they were already teasing Orton going after Cody for the title. I would have liked that too. So you guys let me know. Should I open up the chat and let you guys jump in? I will wait on you guys. Just one yes or one no. Should I throw the link out there for you folks to possibly join in and chitty chat with this itty at? I'm going to get canceled for sure. I am pretty excited though. I did order some stuff from Temu, like I said, and eBay. We're going to be showing that off here right now. I am going to show you guys this. Let me hold on a momento. Well, I can't do it that way, you silly goose. You got your camera on. So, ow, I hit myself. So this is backwards for you folks, I think. Maybe not. It's backwards to me on my camera. But this is a rug that I just picked up from Temu for $11. And it looks like old VHS tapes. How badass is that, man? Oh, want it that way, guy. I thought that was pretty awesome looking. And it fits right underneath my display case beautifully. I can't control my camera. I suck with this thing. There. $11 on Temu for that rug, y'all. I'm gonna definitely. There's a couple other ones I want to snag for that price. Yo, yeah, exactly, man who laughs. That's what nailed it. A couple of homemade burgers, dude. They were awesome. Burgers sound great too. Yo, Temu for the win all day, dude. I got a couple other things here I'm gonna show off. Let me get my light back on here. Just shutting up our spot here, y'all. We're gonna show off some stuff here before we talk about some movies and all that. Why does that look so weird? Like I have my phone straight, but it's at such a weird angle for y'all. It's good enough. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. I love it. That's awesome, man. Everybody knows everybody at this point. I gotta stay away from Temu. Oh, Temu is I need a million jobs because Temu is addictive. But I'm gonna throw the link out there, so give me a second, folks. Ba 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 ba. There y'all go. Baby Billy. Oh, I can't wait. What else we got? On Queen, we know you're rolling. And OnlyFans shmoneys. Queen Bee, you got OnlyFans shmoney? Come on, girl. All right. So the link is out there if you guys want to jump in. Anybody is more than welcome to. Like I said earlier, I'm very comfortable with everybody. Chitty chatting. So I'm going to show off some stuff, though, that I did pick up. I did not just pick these frogs up. I've had these. They're going to be part of what I'm showing off. But there is one of the punk frogs. If you guys haven't ever seen them, this is, what the hell one is this? Rasputin. And he is just he is a frog from the Ninja Turtles. And then this is his other pal, Genghis Frog. And there are two more of them, Napoleon and Attila. But I did end up snagging these from Target a couple of days ago at this point. We have a Millhouse. These are the 2.5-inch figures from the new Simpsons Jack Pacific line. I couldn't believe Target actually had these over by me. They never have anything worth anything. I will have a video put up to kind of show these off in box. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. But there's Millhouse I found. This one is the best. The comic book guy. I absolutely love it. I think he's terrific. He has no accessories because he's so damn big. And then we have little Ralph Wiggum. So there's little Ralph Wiggum. Pretty awesome. He comes with his I choose you Valentine's Day card. And I forgot to show Millhouse comes with his squishy. So these were in-store pickups for the week, which are pretty damn cool. And I got to grab my toy of the week because I do show off. I feel like I haven't in a while. But I have to show off the toy of the week. Now, if you guys have been watching the channel, I've been just dropping like hotcakes Ninja Turtle videos constantly. I can't lie and I won't lie. This guy here has won my heart. Muckman from the NECA line for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated series figures. He is just all around perfect. I mean, he stands perfect because he's got that great base plate for his foot. He looks amazing. He's articulated really, really well. He's put together very well. He's sturdy. He's got this awesome gun, little backpack trash can for Joe Eyeball, who I left over there. But this undoubtedly is my toy of the week. I don't know if it'll show up black and or it's supposed to, it does glow in the dark. I don't even want to say it's supposed to, but I don't think he's got. Yeah, you can see it's glowing right there. Check that out, right? This is the variant. So this is really awesome. I absolutely love this thing. This is my toy of the week. Turn the lights back on. Like I said, he is just great. I'm Garbage Man. Know what I'm saying, dogs? Know what I'm saying, dogs? Oh, we got a bunch of comments, and I have been sleeping on y'all. I'm so sorry. Donut. Everybody's communicating. Just, sir, I don't need that surgery. I have that naturally. Hello. From the show, Righteous Gemstones. I know the character, but I've never ever seen the show. That the Billy character, it's Walter Goggins, right? Oh man, I am so fucking far behind your guys' comments. Seafrost, what's happening, boy? What is happening? I can't read all these comments. Holy shit. Eating some pizza. That's what's up, my Ninja Turtle. I'm very glad you're all here. Tokyo, I'm sure you're right there with oh my god, with Seafrost. Couldn't think of your name. I'm so sorry, brother. So these are some more of my pickups from Temu. Now I'm an idiot, and I thought these were barrels, like legit barrels to play with, like toys, and they were fucking stickers. I'm not upset because they were only $1.12 or some junk like that. My entire Temu order was $17, $11 for the freaking rug, and then $1 for like all these little accessory things. So these barrels, I don't know. I'll do something with them. Who knows? And then we got, oh boy, I ordered more of these little boxes. Because they just look awesome. They come with labels specifically to each box. It comes with packaging or like tape. I did already package some stuff up. I got a thing. Nope. Show them this one. Miniature cigars. You put them in the case. Comes with a case, comes with all the cigars, and then it comes with a sticker right there. You don't have to label or put the gold band on them or anything like that. So this is pretty freaking awesome. And then a bunch of these little teeny tiny handcuffs. I thought they all came undone, but they don't. So I kind of was an idiot and I ordered way too many of them. So, oh shit. Shitty shit. Queen Bee. Got handcuffs, mama. Just keep coming, baby. Boop, boop, boop. Gotta keep them coming, baby. Doop, doop, doop. Gonna keep them coming, baby. You know what it is. The man who laughs. You know what it is. Yo, hot dogs are delicious. I make a mad good meat sauce for hot dogs. Oh God, man, I wish y'all lived closer. I would cook you one hell of a fucking meal, man. Ain't even playing. I'm gonna open this now because that's what I'm gonna do. Un momento, por favor. Here we, what do we got? We got so many comments coming in. I'm loving it. Ace, hey Ace, do you have like dollar stores there? I picked up a little plastic barrels. Would have slime in them for $1.25 each. Dump the slime and plow. I have one scale barrels. I think I know what you're talking about. I have some scaled barrels. Not as many as I used to, but like I have this one here. This is an old WW like F1 or E1. I'm not sure what if this was like mid 2000s or right before they switched over. I'm not sure. I have a couple of these, but I thought I was getting a whole bunch of cool ones. But I will check the dollar stores because I do have some near me for sure. That's where I get those little pallets. But all right, let us open this box up. Where is my god nut? I know you guys can't see it, but just in case. Baba Dubak. Here we go, Baba Duke. Well, that's a dull ass knife, ain't it? Oh, wow. What the hell? Doesn't help I have it on this table that keeps wanting to spin out from underneath me. Let me do it right here where I got a sturdy ass area. There we go. Boop. Anybody get anything good? Or are we gonna talk about that later tonight in the Flex Fridays? Because y'all will be there, I know that. Man, these guys, when they ship stuff, they ship stuff. Here we go. Let me just open her up. Oh my lord. I'm gonna have to do this all over here, actually. Hold on, all. Here we go. We got it down to just this. We got it down to just that. Get the hell out of here. Oh my god. Here we go, folks. Here we go. Why it's just been simple like that. So we've got, like I said a few moments ago, we got these two frogs right here. But folks, just like the Ninja Turtles, there are 4 of these frogs. And of course, you can't have 2. Hell yeah, man. Without having the other 2. So here we go, right there. I've got the other 2 frogs with Napoleon and Attila. I got these the same time as I got the other ones. These ones just finally came in. So pretty effing rad. This is the first time I'm moving. These bags of money are radical. You can see they're just like the other frogs. They have a similar head. Their faces are all the same, blah, blah, blah. Weapons are awesome looking. They got a cool ass mace. I love these things. A book of the Ninja Turtles and like Bebop and Rocksteady. And there they are. There's a baby frog here and a baby frog there. Take a look at the back. There's a nice picture there. Here we go with the characters in the collection. Oh, I'm so all over the place. We got Splinter and Baxter, Rat King and Vernon, then the other 2 frogs, and then Krang. I have these 2 sets. So this will be awesome. If you guys are interested and you do like those Ninja Turtle videos, I do. I'm trying my best with what I have for brain technology wear. I'm trying to make them fun by integrating some of the animated, cartoon snippets into my videos and stuff like that, just so you guys aren't completely bored or whatever. So if you guys like that, I'm going to keep doing it and having fun with that. So stay tuned because I'm going to be unboxing these guys probably tonight at some point. I don't know, maybe. But just for funsies. Ooh, there's all the frogs right there. I think they look awesome. I absolutely love these things. Oh, Ultra, I hope you're well, bro. I'm reading the comments right now. Back pain sucks, dude. I suffer from that so much too. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. It is my kryptonite. I really have a lot of back pain. The man who laughs, he has seen me debilitated. I think that's the word. But that's pretty much it for my showing and telling right here in this video. Again, there's the Simpsons figures right there. If you guys want to see them one more time, I'm going to switch the camera over so we can enjoy each other's faces at Ace's Places. Oh, wrong button there, butthead. And here we are. Oh, all right. What's up, my friends? I'm gonna read some of these comments real quick because Ultra. Yeah, man, back pain sucks really bad. I blew mine out when I worked at a concrete factory a few years ago. I had a slip disc slip disc and a herniated disc. I believe that's what they said. I was out of work for literally like 4 or 5 months. 14 weeks of physical therapy. It was the worst. It was absolutely some of the worst shit ever. So Ultra, do everything you can to make sure you don't mess your shit up even worse, man. Yeah, it's awful. I think I saw some of those Simpson figures in Walmart clearance the other day. Yo, I wouldn't be surprised. Some of those figures, for whatever reason, go on clearance, even though you could probably go in the main aisle and find them for regular price too. Because I literally saw that with Bart Simpson. I think for right now, I have all the minis, all of these 2.5-inch ones right now. I do. Oh, Prophet, what's happening, brother? I'm diligently putting my my list together for the best movies of '89. A lot of movies that came out that year that I didn't realize were that year. So this is tough for me. But I do know like Roughshod has seen in some of the Rosses, like Moe and Krusty. I want those. If anybody sees those out there, I will literally pay the price you for this, your retail price, and I'll pay for shipping. So whatever the hell, I want them. I need the Krusty in the worst of ways, my friends. But Prophet, it's good to have you here, dude. We are literally, I can throw the link out there again if you want to jump in. We are going to talk about action movies, so your brain definitely would fancy us here. The sniper, that's the one Roughshod picked up, right? The chick, she looked pretty cool. I'm gonna do this again for y'all. Okay, there you go. So there we go, man. It's dropped. It's out there for anybody that wants to jump in. I do want to reiterate for anybody that didn't hear in the beginning. I'm only going to run this this show till like 7:30. My little one and we're going to go bike riding. So that's what's up. The Prophet Director. Here we go.
How's it going, my fleshy friend?
Good, good. How's it going, our superior leader?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Good, man. How are you feeling? Are you doing much better than you were?
Oh yeah, I had my appointment with the doctor this morning to make sure everything was going normal and everything's fine. So we're good.
Fantastic. That's what we like to hear. Ultra, again, I don't know if you saw his comments. He's got some back issues going out right now. That's never any fun. I personally have that issue myself. So,
Well, it's pretty common among wrestlers, so I'm not surprised Ultra has it.
that's true. So, do you want to talk about some movies with me?
Sure.
All
I
right.
jumped on. You said, "Hey, action movies, Prophet, jump in," and I'm
Hell
here and
yeah.
not busy.
So my
Here we are.
brain, I'm very scatterbrained, so I'm going to be a little all over the place. So I do have some movies, not a bunch, but I just have these so I can look at them as reference points. And anything I leave out, because I know I'm going to leave out, definitely throw out anything that even you're interested in or you love personally. But I am going to ask you, what is, other than G.I. Joe itself, what is the action movie that just grabbed you and made you just say, "Yep, these are the films for me"?
I mean, I suppose it really depends on like what you classify as action.
Fair. I was thinking that as I was
Right.
saying it.
Because there's a lot of action in the Harry Potter films, but I wouldn't call them action films. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Right?
Let's go with the standard 80s action, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Chuck Norris style movies.
All right. I'm very partial to the John Wick series.
Okay. I definitely
So much so
I
that
haven't
I
seen.
bought the Mezco John Wick and then was infinitely disappointed.
Oh, really? Why's that?
Well, they put it on the worst possible buck that they had. Like way back in the early days of Mezco, they put out a Joker figure. It had single jointed elbows. It couldn't put its arms at its sides. The head and neck were one piece, so you didn't have that extra head articulation. And they put the John Wick on that body. Now, everything that John Wick came with was fucking amazing. He came with that like big ass crate with the layers in it, with the guns underneath and the gold coins on top.
That's what I was going to ask. If he had all the gold coins and stuff like that, that's cool.
Right. And he also came with the dog from part 2. So the pit bull, not the beagle.
Oh, okay. So in it, the idea of it is a great figure. They just didn't execute it the best of ways.
Honestly, like if I had the patience to like pull the suit off of it, because there's a seam that goes up the back of all the clothing on the Mezcos, and it's a very simple pull stitch that they do it with. And the only difficult part of it to get the clothing off would be the collar, right?
Right.
But if it was easier and I had a nice replacement body that I could put that John Wick head on, I would be more than happy to pull the suit off of that Mezco, that crappy Mezco body, and make myself a John Wick figure that can actually hold his gun with 2 hands.
Yeah.
Right? You know how he does that pistol grab, that 2-handed pistol grip?
Yeah.
That he's like famous for on the fucking posters.
Right.
The damn Mezco can't do it.
That's I don't want to gripe about action figures, but that is like a big issue. It's like if people are gonna,
character's famous for something, the figure needs to be able to do it.
It needs to be able to do it in a realistic way. Like we're not expecting, a Luke Skywalker figure to use the Force, but if you're gonna make a Force object with him, don't have him have a blank face. Like I want expression, emotion, detail, what it would look like in the movie. I want it, especially if you're paying that price for it.
Right. I mean, and I guess the best way I can describe it is there's nobody over 3 buying a 5-point articulated Spider-Man.
No. Right.
You know, if you're buying a Spider-Man figure, that thing better be able to get into a crouch. It better be able to do a swing pose. It better be able to, you know what I mean? Like the
Right. Just the
crunch better
basic
be on
standard.
point. He better be able to look up.
Right. Dude, that's the one thing I collect. Well, I don't want to say I collect, but I have a few of like the Spider-Man retro card Marvel figures. And I think the Venom one, I probably would buy it if I got it discounted because I would really leave them in the box. But the fact that that Venom doesn't have this ability, it blows my mind. To me, that's like Spider-Man not having toe articulation. It's like, well, why? Why would you not do that automatically?
Right, right. But you know, that's one thing that I appreciate that they got that Maximum Hulk.
Yeah.
Because if you look at that Maximum Hulk and the way they did the chest,
Yep.
now long term on the Hulk, it's going to be bad because that being a different like material, it's going to discolor over time differently than the rest of the body. And you're going to have a Hulk with like a light green chest and dark green arms and legs. You know what I mean?
Right. 100%.
But if they use that same concept, that same upper body concept for Venom, it could work great because black
Yes.
is going to look black no matter how old it gets.
Right. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? And that softer chest, you know, could you imagine if Venom could cross his forearm, his arms? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Get a nice
100%.
two-handed between the legs web pose or something out of him, you know?
Yeah,
Or
for
tendril
sure.
pose, however you want to view it. Right?
Now,
So I think that chest on that Hulk figure will be great on a Venom figure later.
do you think they will have I know Frank had mentioned something like they'll probably have like 5 of these Maximum figures in like this first wave or whatever, however they categorize it. Do you
Right,
think
right.
it'll
It'll be, I mean, we've already got the Spider-Man and the Hulk. So we're gonna get a Captain America and we're gonna get an Iron Man because they're the, you know,
the
the big
faces?
draw, and then we'll get the token female out of a Black Widow.
Okay.
Which is kind of shitty because they just put out a hyperposable Black Widow like last year.
I feel like they put out the same characters all the time. Like, I know I'd be just barking up a tree, but like, if you're gonna, I know they need to make the Maximum line, I don't want to say famous, but they need to get that recognition out there, and they need to get that, you know, the trust with the fans. So they're gonna do those main characters. But I want to see
what
villains.
they're hoping for, I think, is that everyone will need the Maximum version of all their favorite characters. Because there's a lot of people out there that just, you know, once they have a great version of something, they stop buying it.
100%.
You know, granted, that does not exist among Transformers collectors because they'll buy the same model 16 times if they paint it differently.
That's
crazy. What I mean? Like every time a new Starscream comes out, you know they've sold a Thundercracker, a Skywarp, or, you know, whatever, all the other planes. You know, they get to repaint them all and sell them again, even if there's like one tiny little difference. Oh, this one's wrist turns. You know, it's like, damn, dude, really? Don't you already have 6 of that same Transformer?
See, and that's
like my naked eye can't even tell the difference between the last one.
I have such an appreciation for the Transformers. I mean, I like the movies. I do enjoy the cartoon, but as a collector, I have one little tiny die cast. When I'm standing in a store and I'm going to sound like a moron, but when I'm looking at the Transformers section, my eyes feel like they're going blurry because I'm like, unless I'm right up on top of that figure and I'm looking at it super close, I have a hard time telling like what the hell I'm looking at. They just blend together to me, all this gray and certain colors and machinery, but they are
for me, it would be easier to differentiate Transformers if they were in their alt mode in the box.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can tell who it is better from its car than its robot. You know what I mean?
100%. Same. 100%. And that's why, like, when I was a kid, I loved Beast Wars because it was like, yeah, I mean, I get the idea of how stupid Beast Wars is, but the idea of the toys were pretty cool, man. I mean, I love seeing Rhinoc as a rhinoceros.
Right. I just wish that they, you know, did a better job hiding the robot under the
Yeah,
animal.
I get you.
You know what I mean? Because it's like you could fool me with plastic fur. That's fine. I mean, hell, Junkyard from Mutton Junkyard is plastic fur, and
Yeah,
Ruckus is plastic fur, and Timber is plastic fur. So I don't mind the plastic fur, but when it's plastic fur and you could see pistons and shit running underneath it, you're not fooling anyone into thinking it's an animal.
it's an animal, exactly. No, completely. It loses its intention of being a robot in disguise.
Which is what makes the Dinobots such an anomaly.
Yeah.
Right? Because they don't look like dinosaurs in their dino modes.
Right?
But they're still so fucking cool, I don't care.
Yeah.
Right? I just Grimlock is amazing. And I think part of it is the nostalgia because, in every media that they make Transformers, we get the Dinobots. And the Dinobots are always a highlight. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whether it be the comics, the cartoons, the live action movies, whatever. Whenever they give us Dinobots, it's awesome.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, I think I have all the movies. What are there, 6 of them?
It also works for the insects. The insects are also good.
Oh man, yeah. What was Arachnoid?
I have the Black Arachnia. But those like the beetle, from way back in the day, the first time they released the Insecticons.
Yeah,
they had like a horned beetle, and then they had like what was it, a grasshopper?
Yeah, yeah. And now, were those the ones that had like chrome on them, or no? Were those later?
I'm not sure if the original G1 Insecticons had chrome on them.
Because I remember my brother and I.
Everything had vacuum chrome on it back then.
Yeah, exactly. Because we would go to that KB Toys. I say that KB Toys like everybody knows, but AKB Toys that used to be near us, and right in the back corner, next to like the Nerf guns and shit, was all the Transformers. And right at the bottom, I remember the bigger boxed ones, like it wasn't I think it was a Scorpion or a Cobra, one of the two. And just seeing the way that the fluorescent tube lights would hit the chrome shininess, and it was just like, man, these things just seem epic.
Yeah,
and we had everybody.
Casual says they did use the vac metal back then.
Yeah, okay, I wasn't sure, but I was like, it seems like
Kenner can use it on C-3PO. Why can't Transformers use it on some pods, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But to get back on the action movie thing. That first Michael Bay Transformers movie, and this is probably going to upset some people, but that first Michael Bay Transformers movie is like the perfect formula for an action film.
Yeah.
Right? It opens up with a crazy, surprising action scene with Blackout wrecking an entire military base.
Right.
You get introduced to an everyman character in Sam Witwicky.
Sam Witwicky.
The comedy and the dialogue is great. Megan Fox is very fun to look at. You got kick-ass cars, and including a kick-ass car chase with Prowl and Bumblebee, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Giant robot fights. You've got giant robots versus military. You've got people running in the streets and screaming.
The action scenes are great too, for sure.
Right, it's got pretty much everything that you need, all the ingredients for a great action film. And I thoroughly enjoy the film myself. I understand, the purist Transformer fans that don't like the way it deviated from their source material.
Yep.
You know what I mean? A lot of people were super upset that Jazz got killed in the first movie, and other people were super upset that Jazz had a racist accent. You know what I mean? It's like, at the end of the day, people are going to be pissed about something. They're going to find something to be mad about. You know what I mean?
See, I was never, because it's not my cup, but I never felt like jaded or slighted by the Transformers series. Overall, the second movie, I can't remember for the life of me now, but I remember going to the theaters and watching that, and I just absolutely was miserable. I hated the experience. I didn't enjoy the movie.
Something else was going on, like in your life.
Yeah, it could have very well have been. But I did not enjoy that second movie, and I've watched it a couple of times when I go to watch the series over. And I don't ever find myself being like, oh, wow, I really should have given this a second chance. I'm always like, oh, yeah, right. It's better than I thought, but it's still not as meh. It's meh to me, but I'm not a
Yeah, I mean, it
diehard.
does have a lot of good bits in it, though.
No, for sure.
You know, and I like how the story, like, and this is going to sound blasphemous to Transformers fans as well, but it's almost like the Transformers are a utility in it. They are
Yeah.
not the main characters in the film. Sam
Right. Oh,
Witwicky
100%.
is the main character in the first two films, and the Transformers are a utility to move his story forward.
Absolutely.
You know, and I think that's kind of what I like about it, and what the detachment might have been for me with the original Transformers, because, you know, I need a character that I can personally relate to in a film. You know what I mean? And I can't relate to a giant robot. You know what I'm saying? That might be why G.I. Joe was always more my speed. You know, I can relate to the characters in that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially
Right. For sure.
considering that the first Joe that I ever bought, and my favorite custom of all the customs that I've did, Short Fuse, has the same first name as me and is from the same city I'm from.
Oh, so you can, right. I mean, I completely get that. Like, not saying Doctor Strange is my favorite Marvel character, but I do have I don't know how to say it. An affliction for him. I think that's the word.
An affinity?
Yeah, because I live in a town called Greenwich. Doctor Strange lives in a little borough of New York City called Greenwich, spelt the same exact way.
Right.
And he lives on Bleecker Street, and literally the street that I'm on that's connected to us is called Bleecker Street. So I can't help but every time I go on that road and I think, oh, Doctor Strange.
Nice.
It's in my head.
And you're a lanky nerd.
Exactly. And you may not believe this, but I practice sorcery and I have a cape that can levitate. So
there's too many similarities to be ignored.
Yeah,
man.
I feel like they might have ripped my life off, but I get that.
Cumberbatch, watch out, man. He's coming for your gig, bro.
Shit, is Bruce watching? He's gonna rat me out. But that is, I get that mindset of being like, oh, you know what? I can't put myself in that, exact moment, but I can feel a sense of like, yeah, this is me in a way. And, I have an appreciation for that very much so. Like, and it's going to sound kind of silly, but like the John Wick movie is literally based around, people killing his dog, unfortunately. And I feel like any of us, if we had the skills and the technique that he had, if we were in that same boat, not in a movie, but in real life, I feel like some of us actually might go to that length and be like, you know what, I'm going to kill that entire group of people that just murdered my dog, and I know I can get away with it, so I'm going to do it. Not
right.
that
I mean, and that's what everybody says. He's like, dude, he killed all those people over a dog. And it's like, he didn't kill the people over a dog. He killed them over a principle.
Over a principle, exactly. And the dog was just that little catalyst that made him do it.
The dog was just the representation of us, the last straw.
Exactly.
Right? It's like, I think he would have gone after them. Like if the dog hadn't gotten killed and they had just taken his car, I think he would have still went after them.
Yeah.
But the dog kind of like pins it to her specifically.
Right.
The car is him. The dog is her.
Right. He was just pissed off about the car, but he was it was the dog and the point of it, the meaning of it. Because it's the same if they would have just came in the house and killed his wife and left the dog. Like, it'd be
the same thing if, like, let's say his wife bought him, like a Rolex or something, or he had a locket with a picture in it or something. It was something they shared together.
Yep.
And some mugger had taken that from him. He would go kill that mugger.
Exactly. Right. I think just personally for me, what I was to the point was, I think because it's a dog, that's an easy, string for us normies to feel connected.
Right. It pulls at the sympathy strings in the audience.
100%.
Makes them okay with 50,000 headshots.
Yeah, right. And then 4 or 5 sequels or whatever it is at this point.
Right, like that first one, you remember how he breaks that dude's neck over his kitchen counter?
Oh my gosh.
And I
Like,
love his relationship with the local police. You
yep,
working again, John? No, just wrapping
no,
some things up. All right, I'll leave
right,
you to it, John.
right.
You know,
It's
it's
so
like the
good.
cops don't even want to fuck with him, dude. They fucking
No,
know better.
exactly. And it's cool. I don't know if they planned it at the time to make those movies so grand, but when you go back and you see, like, oh my God, there's like a whole, network of these assassins. So when you watch that first one and that exact moment you just mentioned, you kind of can play the story of like, oh shit, maybe these cops know of this whole overarching thing and they're just like, nah, we don't touch that. And it's a really great franchise that came out of like nowhere.
Yeah,
And it,
right. And I like how because there's a lot of archetypes in this type of film, right?
oh yeah,
Whenever there's organized crime, there's a bunch of archetypes in it.
yeah,
And the cleaner archetype is done particularly well in John Wick,
yeah,
where he calls like dinner for 12, and they know there's 12 bodies to clean up. It's a lot
right,
better in Pulp Fiction where, their expert shows up and he just tells them what to do. And it's basically, yeah, just wash up. It's
right.
like, really? That's the extent of your cleaning? Like, what
That's
the fuck
it.
is this, dude? Like, I know you're Harvey Keitel, right? You got to go get naked in some piano movie or whatever. But right now you're here and you're the cleaner. Clean this shit up,
Right. Man, it's that
you know?
simplicity of Tarantino. Now,
Right.
you know,
Like, what
speaking
killers
of
do their own cleaning
and speaking of Tarantino, that's kind of a decent
other than
segue
that?
because I just was watching, and I know it's not a lot of people's favorite Tarantino movie. It's mostly on the bottom of the list, but I just watched oh shit, why can't I think of it? Death Proof.
I
Have you
don't
seen that?
really consider that like a Tarantino film.
Right,
And
because
here's
of
why, because there's a couple things that exist outside of his 10, the 10 that he promised Hollywood.
yes,
And Death Proof doesn't count among those 10,
because
right?
it's the Grindhouse
Because
dual
it's a
picture.
collaboration with his friend Robert Rodriguez. Same
Right,
thing with From Dusk Till Dawn, right? He directed the first half of Dusk Till Dawn, and then once they get to the titty twister, it's all Rodriguez,
right.
right? But all that opening shit with them in the hotel and what he does to that poor bank worker, oh my god,
Uh,
Tarantino plays a psycho in that film.
oh
Anyway,
hell yeah.
but yeah, those films like that, they don't particularly count towards Tarantino, himself in his 10.
Right.
I think the worst of the ones that do count is Hateful Eight. And there's a very distinct reason for my hatred of Hateful Eight.
Oh, tell me it.
All right, so here's the thing. You're doing Glorious Bastards, and everyone uses period appropriate dialogue,
Ah,
right?
okay, that's fair. I see where
He
you're
does
going.
he if he does a movie that takes place in another era, he sticks to period appropriate dialogue. And
Right.
it's like we know that he can do Old West dialogue because he did Django Unchained,
Okay.
right? And the dialogue was era appropriate in that for the most part. Right, but then he does Hateful Eight, and everyone's using modern day slang in that bar. Like, what?
Right. No, I
Like,
get it.
what are you doing, man? You're the master of dialogue, and you're fucking up like this. Like, come on, man.
See, it's so wild because now I'm gonna be the opposite end of that. I personally, and I get your point, and I'm not gonna try to
Yeah, it
defend
just takes me out of the film. You know what I mean? It
for
was kind of
sure.
like
And
watching Disney Plus's Willow when that girl
well,
goes on that rant in the throne room and she says like 14 times in one paragraph.
I never watched it because I had a feeling I'm like, this is just a cash grab and a nostalgia bait. But with The Hateful Eight, that is literally my favorite Tarantino film, and I don't know. It's got everything in it that I personally like. It didn't feel like it dragged out in certain ways, like Inglorious Bastard did. But I can 1,000,000% relate to being taken out of that film, not specifically that one, but with Django Unchained. The first time I saw that movie, I was like, oh, no. I don't know what rap song it was, but when I first started hearing the rap in it, I was like, what the fuck? I thought this was a Western. But I've gone back and I've watched that movie 1.5 billion times, and it is my second favorite Tarantino film. So I definitely I can go back and try to find a reason to like it, but that movie just grew on me, the story, and I overlooked being
I
taken out
kind
of
of
it.
feel like they all do
Yeah,
with
they do.
Tarantino.
They do.
He's one of those rare directors where they get better upon second viewings.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
Reservoir Dogs, you're bound to miss a bunch of shit watching that for the first time.
Yeah, man, I feel like it was just a handful of years ago when I realized, like, I don't even know if the ending that I came to is accurate, because it is open for conversation. Do you think Harvey Keitel killed him at the end?
100%.
Yeah, okay. I've always thought that, but I'm like, I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be interpreted, or if he just
because
shot.
after the camera goes black, you hear one distinct gunshot up close, like louder,
Yeah,
and then you hear a bunch of gunshots from a slight distance. So the
right.
cops came in
So,
that room, had the drop on him. He realized he was fucked either way and killed Orange before the
and then they
cops
just
shot him dead.
right. Now, do you think the next question? Do you think Mr. Pink got away?
And no, and here's the reason why. Because Tarantino said in an interview, Pink winds up getting shot, like running away down an alley or something. Off camera. That's like when you hear like before the cops bust in on White and Orange laying there, you hear the cops shooting outside. That's Mr.
Right.
Pink dying.
Okay. See, I just figured maybe they're because I like that idea. I love that open interpretation of like, well, maybe this guy got killed and this guy got away, or maybe they all died. And that's just good storytelling to me, where it doesn't leave you frustrated at not knowing what happened. It leaves you, oh man, that was a fun ass movie. I need to watch it again so I can piece it together maybe differently, to interpret it differently. It's just a good
And Tarantino
movie.
plays into that notion too, because he in Pulp Fiction, he said in an interview when people asked him what was in the case for Marcellus, what was in
Oh yeah,
Marcellus'
yeah.
case, and he said the interest of the audience.
Yep. Which
that was all that was in there, was just the audience. You know, it's like that old joke. You know, how do you keep a dumbass in suspense? I'll tell you tomorrow.
right.
You know what I mean? It's like,
So you being you personally, what do you interpret would be in that case?
I mean, honestly, if it's something that Marcellus like was willing to kill over,
Mm-hmm.
and it was something that had enough value that those college kids were willing to steal it, like it had to be something with financial value, because otherwise, why would those kids steal it?
Right.
Right. But the fact that it was glowing all gold, I kind of like to, in my own mind, tie it to the DC universe, where it's that card that Amanda Waller had in that one animated movie.
Okay.
Where, like, if she died, it would get her out of hell. You know what I mean? It was like a free trip to the upstairs instead of down, but it was this gold glowing like credit card.
That's a deep. See, I was literally. It's funny you mentioned the comic book, because I was literally thinking a first issue of like Action Comics or Detective, something so simple, but yet so like, oh shit, this could bring in like a couple $1,000,000 or whatever. But
Well,
the glowing.
that is actually what's in the case in Kick-Ass.
Yes, exactly.
In that case, it's his comic book collection. That's what he funds their operation with.
Right. And that just kind of feeds into my thought process, because I mean, if not that I'm the person that would have something valuable in a case, but when I look around my place and if I think to myself, what's that one item that I know is worth more than everything in here combined? It would be something like comic booky, because I do have a very valuable first issue comic book that I think, that's just the way my brain goes. But the glowing, It's like, is there a light in the case? Is the object itself glowing? So that's a fun movie to think about.
It really is. I just want to like answer something Ultra Liga said earlier. It was
Yeah.
actually a while ago now, but I didn't want to break the train of thought where we were on.
Yeah.
But Ultra Liga said that he had only seen parts of the Transformer movies that had Mark Wahlberg in them.
How many of them were there? Two?
And I just have to say, you're not missing anything. They were terrible.
Yeah.
And Mark Wahlberg's best movie is The Happening. That movie is hilarious.
Wow, that's a movie no one ever mentions. Holy shit. I thought you were going to say, I don't even know what I thought you would say. That's not it, though.
No. I mean, anybody could say like The Departed or something like that, but
sure.
The Happening, like I cannot watch The Happening without laughing my ass off the whole time.
It's a strange ass movie.
Absolutely terrible. The writing is cringeworthy at best.
Yeah. You know, the only part, and I'm going to probably get it mixed up now, but the only part in that movie that stood out to me of like a, oh shit, serious moment. John Leguizamo was in that, right?
Yeah, he was.
He was like the best friend. Was his death scene. That was it. And that just kind of shocked me, because I just didn't expect it. And I think he got hit by a car or something bizarre. He had a weird death, and it just
I think he drove the car into a tree or something.
That's what it was. He drove into like a fork in the road style road,
right.
And yes, but yeah, that movie was, man, not a good. That was Shyamalan, right? M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah. The parts particularly that make me laugh like really, really hard is the guy talking about hot dogs for 5 minutes, or the old woman that's convinced he's going to molest her.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man.
Right.
This is some crazy shit right here.
What is your for M. Night Shyamalan? Do you have a least and a favorite movie for him?
For Shyamalan.
What's up, Shad?
I mean, I think that is how's it going, Roshad? I think that is I think it's hard to argue against his worst movie being Avatar.
Yeah,
or the Last Airbender, if you will.
Yep.
That's pretty fucking bad. His best might be what is that one? Split?
Oh yeah, that's a great film.
Yeah, that is a fantastic film.
With James McAvoy.
I like Signs a lot too. I thought Signs was good.
I personally really enjoy Signs. That's like up in my top 3 favorite films of his. I might have been 11 or 12 when that movie came out. And when I was a kid, I was part of like a Big Brothers program and shit like that. And one of the things like my big brother would do would bring me to the movies like every week, because we got like a budget of like, I don't know, maybe like $30 for each time like the big brother would come over to go do something. And I was always like, let's go to KB Toys or Toys R Us or fucking go to the movies or do something like that. And we went and saw Signs. That was the first movie I saw, I think like 3 times in theaters. I just thought I still think it's magnificent. I really do.
Yeah, and honestly, Joaquin Phoenix's performance really like elevates that movie some. I would say that The Sixth Sense was up there, but someone ruined that for me.
Oh, really?
Before I got to see it, so I didn't have the same experience most people had.
Now, ruined it as in they told you the Bruce Willis part?
So I was tending bar on a cruise like ship in Chicago, like one of the big cruise ships they have at Navy Pier.
Yep.
And somebody came up to my bar and they said, have you seen The Sixth Sense yet? And I said, no, we're actually going right after this shift to see it. And the guy then tells me the ending. And I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you? I literally just told you I was going to see it after this. It's like the guy specifically wanted to ruin something for someone.
Oh, speaking of ruining something for someone, look at this guy.
What up?
What's up, Bruce?
Man?
How's it going, naked walking man?
What's up, man? I had to manually type the link in because it's not on YouTube anymore in the live chat. So I had to go on the computer and pull it up.
Damn. I'm sorry,
Well,
folks.
come on. It's not like you don't enjoy pulling things up.
You're right.
Right.
I
Pulling
don't
them up,
enjoy
pulling them
pulling
out.
things up. I like pulling them down.
Woo! So what's happening with you, Bruce? How you doing, bud?
Shit, cooling it. We're listening to y'all. Signs is my favorite.
For real, that's a good one, man.
Yeah, Signs is good. Signs is good. Lady in
Oh,
the Water
man.
is absolute garbage.
Look at that. What's up, Kaz?
It wasn't the best, but
You can't have one of us
No,
without
but,
the
if,
other
but if
one.
I have to
No,
say,
exactly. We got to have
if I have to
Ebony
say
and
which
Ivory
M. Night
together.
Shyamalan movie I enjoy watching the most, it's The Happening 100%. Like I said, it makes me roll on the floor laughing every time I watch it.
That's a visual I need to see now. Is Prophet rolling on the floor laughing at the happening?
All right, that's better.
No, Bruce, you said you were on.
Fun.
You said you were on Temu.
I'm on Temu.
No, didn't you say you were? What did you say about Temu?
I said, did someone say Temu?
Oh, I said it earlier because I bought a
It's
handful
like
of
the
stuff.
magic word that summons Bruce.
I bought these
Like, can I get another hat with a chandelier on it?
little metal handcuffs.
Okay.
More little boxes.
Yeah, Curtis sent me some fun stuff too, but I think I should like wait to show it on Curtis's thing. So,
I got those. The cigars. Hell yeah.
The
Those are
cigars,
awesome.
yeah.
Yes.
all right.
Yeah.
So, did you see what I did with the cigars, Ace?
I'm not sure.
All right. So I took an incense stick, I snipped it off and then lit it and put it in the hand, so it was like a lit cigar.
Like it's lit. Hell yeah. And then I'll try to show it this way if I can. I got this rug for $11.
The VHS cassette murder. Horror
Yeah.
I'm gonna order some transformer curtains for my door right here.
Hell yeah, you are.
You can come in or go out, but don't stand there with my door open.
Quit letting this damn Jefferson out.
You goddamn right. I think Yudi's on his way back to the house.
So since you guys are jumping on here, what are the action films or the action film that you absolutely just love?
Action?
Yeah, like an action movie, you know, like fucking like Die Hard or Predator.
Oh, I got one. Do I jump ahead of him? What about Starship Troopers, man?
Yo, Starship
Troopers is yeah, I mean that definitely falls into action. It's more science fiction, I believe, than action though.
But there's a
for
lot
sure.
of
But man, when they're fucking them bugs up, that's all action, baby.
Yeah,
dude,
there's
and
a
then
lot of gore in that too. Like
the big brain monster thing that like spikes the dude in the head and starts sucking his brain out.
Yeah.
That's gnarly.
Yeah.
And hilarious.
I guess, yeah. I have to watch it again to see the funny part of that.
I mean, the guy's literally getting his brain sucked out by a giant fleshlight.
Yeah, you're right. It is a big old fat sack of.
Beauty, is that you?
That's a good ass movie though. That's a fun one.
Yeah.
That's like the first movie I ever saw. Yeah. I'm surprised. I mean, I know they have like sequels and shit, but I'm surprised that never popped off as like a bigger franchise.
Well, see, it was based on a novel.
I didn't know that.
And the novel was more political. It got more into the. Well, you remember the scenes when they were talking about like why they were joining the military?
Yeah.
Because you know, military equals citizenship and all the benefits of citizenship, and like you can't vote unless you've served. It's easier to get a license to have a baby if you served.
Right. I mean, that whole movie was like it felt like a propaganda piece.
Right. Especially all the separate news segments and everything.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. And then the book, that's what the book was more about. The book was more about like the propaganda of that future where, you know, people who don't join the military are basically laborers. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
There's only so much you can do if you are not a citizen. And that movie actually, I guess, kind of resonates today a little better than it did when it came out.
For sure.
Bruce is still thinking.
I'm trying to think of like a really.
I don't really watch a lot of action movies.
They were talking about John Wick. They were talking about John Wick earlier.
It's not my favorite. They're entertaining, but they're dumb. The whole premise is stupid, but I do enjoy every one of them.
The Mad Max franchise.
Yeah, that would be it for me.
Fury Road, amazing. The Road Warrior, amazing.
Yeah, dude.
Fury Road would be my favorite.
Now I'm sure you guys know this, but I think this is really cool. The guy that plays the bad guy in this, Toe Cutter. The actor actually, now he doesn't play the same character, but he comes back and he plays a Morton Joe in Fury Road, which I just think is kind of a cool little fun fact.
The game was really good too. It was one of the best movie to game adaptations that I've ever fucked with.
It looked good. I never played it, but it looked really good.
A1, man. I played it 3 different. I actually played it last year again for the 3rd time.
Yeah, definitely Ultra RoboCop. RoboCop is one of my favorite movies. That's an action, or is that more of like a science fiction drama?
Sci-fi drama. There is action in it too, though.
I think it's sci-fi action.
That's a good ass movie, man. That's a really good one too.
I mean, it's definitely science fiction.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But then, you know, like you said, Prophet, there's so many different avenues you could say with action. I mean, the Indiana Jones movies.
Now, those are pure action. That's like an adventure film. You know what I mean? That's like
right.
And that's my number one right there. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I love that movie. It's very good. The first 3 Indiana Jones movies are all. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like the second one, but they're almost all perfect if you just sit back and really just enjoy yourself. The later 2 are debatable. Though no, they're not. The last one absolutely is not debatable. That's trash. Not even a good film.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started on Dial of Destiny.
Yeah, it's just all of it's bad. There's nothing in it that's redeemable at all. There's nothing.
I mean, I would argue that the opening scene.
Oh, you're right.
Takes place in the past where Indy's de-aged.
You're right. That's 100. That's what the whole fucking movie should have been.
That should have been solid. That. But as soon as they introduce that rotten bitch Helena,
yeah,
the whole movie goes south. I mean, here she is. She comes to him for help, and you know he tries to talk her out of doing something stupid. And what does she do? She robs him, and then locks him in the room with the people who are trying to kill her, knowing full well that they'll try to kill him.
Right.
Right, and then she fucking tries to ditch him multiple times. She steals from him twice. And then finally, at the end of the film, he's lost his son. He's lost his wife. He just wants to live out his remaining years in the past with people he can't affect because he knows that area is going to be gone in the future or whatever. And he wants to, just spend the end of his life with one of the greatest figures in history in his mind, someone he could learn from.
Yep.
And the bitch knocks him out in one punch and drags him back to the present against his will.
That
just so he can be with Marion and miserable in a tiny ass little apartment.
Really want him,
right?
But doesn't want to be alone.
Yep. So he can still be miserable and not have his son who died in Vietnam or whatever the war was, and that makes no sense at all of why he would have enlisted in the first place.
Sounds about right. That's how they.
No,
I mean, he was-
I believe Mutt would have enlisted because he would have done it just to spite his dad, because his dad was saying not to enlist.
But you think by the end of the Crystal Skull, they still had that,
I
tension
think
there?
they were just beginning that father-son like dynamic.
Okay, all right. I'll lean into it. I'll lean into that.
Because you remember at the very end of it when he's marrying Marion.
Yep.
And his hat blows off, and then Mutt picks it up and goes to put it on, and he goes, no, and he takes it away from him and puts it back on himself.
See, I think the future would have been more of a like him in Short Round kind of thing, like where they're just more of a, or not even that. It would have been more of
Right, because
Henry
that
Jones
was an amazing
Sr.
dynamic. Hey, Dr. Jones, you're an established archaeologist and a college professor. What do you think would be a great idea when you go over to China? Oh, I know. Let me take this orphan kid and put him into life-threatening situations.
I love it. It's brilliant. It's so good. Hey, Tony Stark did the same thing with Spider-Man, so history repeats itself, right? We get a good film out of it at least.
Yeah, but the difference is that Peter was already out there heroing before Tony came and gave him direction.
Now, could Short Round have been out there?
Tony tried to protect him, but Peter hacked the suit and went outside of Tony's will.
But could Short Round have been out there before we saw it, and he could have been like someone else's sidekick?
Indy said how he met him. Short Round was pickpocketing from him.
Yeah, that's true. God damn it, Data.
Yeah, no time for love, Dr. Jones.
It's a booby trap. It's a booby trap.
Right, exactly.
No, that's what
I
Willie
said. It's a booby trap.
It's a booby trap. Yo, now NECA needs to make those kids and like in their accessories and their gadgets and Chunk with a fucking thing of Rocky Road ice cream and like.
Oh, and Chunk needs to have a soft goods shirt so you can pull it up while he does the truffle shuffle.
Yeah. Like for sure, they definitely need to get their hands on that.
See, the thing is, NECA already did that. They just did them in Mezco, in the Mego style, not the regular NECA style. The 8-inch line. Like Casual has some of those Megos. He's got the Golden Girls.
Yeah. No, I want like.
But they did them in that line, so it was like they only did Sloth and Chunk. I think. I don't think they did all of them.
Is he coming back?
Man, man's playing the VR. Man's playing the VR.
Now,
he's trying to see a Bubba's online.
Mention two of my favorite action movies. By the way, my favorite action star, action hero, whatever you want to label him, is Kurt Russell, without a doubt. He is, to me, the number one GOAT.
He loves playing with friends.
But my two favorite movies with Kurt Russell in them are Big Trouble in Little China and Tango and Cash. These movies.
I think if I had to pick like a top star, like I said, Raiders is my number one action movie.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick a top action star, it'd probably have to be Arnold. Just like the volume of his work that's actually good and fun to watch. You know what I mean?
Sure. Oh, yeah. No doubt.
I mean, you've got Conan, the Terminator franchise, at least the first two.
Right.
You've got True Lies. You've got Total Recall, The Running Man, Predator.
The Last Action Hero.
Arnold, just a Last Action Hero. Arnold just has such a plethora of action films to choose from.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm not.
And Kurt Russell, like, I don't view him as just an action star, right? He's done a lot of things not action, but Arnold's like a pure action star. I don't think I've ever seen Arnold do a movie where he's, tries to be taken seriously.
All right, well, maybe not taken too seriously, but he's done a lot of goofy comedies.
He has, but again, that's like him not taking himself seriously.
Right.
And you look at those comedies and they all have some action stuff in them.
Arnold,
for sure.
Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't do serious
look at
movies?
Jingle All the Way.
Hold on. You're talking about he don't do serious movies?
Mm,
No, I
I
mean, he
mean-
doesn't take himself seriously while he's making a movie.
Oh, what about Predator?
Yeah, I mean, Predator's an awesome action movie, and he's great in it, but he doesn't like take himself serious. He's not trying to make a drama.
He feels the part of somebody being hunted by an alien.
right, but
does.
I think what profit means is I'll
But
try
in
to give an
That in
example
itself is fantastical. You know what I mean? It's not like,
where
you
you
know, something
will
realistic or
use
dramatic. I'm saying he's never tried to, you know, like Kurt Russell played Wyatt
We-
Earp, right? Kurt
Yeah.
Russell, like, you know, did a real life character that he, you know, Arnold's never done anything like that. You know, he's never made a Saving Private Ryan or, you know,
No. Yeah.
Driving Miss Daisy or anything like that. It's all, you know, it's all fun action stuff.
He's not gonna get a Nobel Peace Prize, and some real. I got you. Or like serious. I got you.
Right,
well,
right.
it's like
Arnold's never
Sylvester
going to see an
Stallone.
Oscar.
He's not in cast. He's not like gonna do Castaway or some shit.
Yeah,
I got you.
Arnold's not
Yeah,
getting an
dude.
Oscar.
Porn is action, man. I saw a Spider-Man porn
Oh,
once, and there was a lot of
no,
action in that
it's
shit.
romance. It's romance.
It's action too.
I mean, the Bond
But
franchise
like
is
Sylvester
action as
Stallone.
well.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
Stallone's got a lot of action.
Those
but
are really
Stallone
good.
Also has some
Oh,
drama in there, you know. I mean, Rocky.
Well, that's what
you
I'm
can't get
saying.
much
Like
more
the
dramatic than
difference
Rocky.
between him. Well, that's what I'm saying. The difference between him and Schwarzenegger, like taking themselves seriously. Like you're not going to see Schwarzenegger in a Rocky style. I don't want to say boxing, but like that drama where there's, there's more drama than action.
Right. Like Stallone can have a fight and just let it be. Arnold's not going to have a fight without a one-liner.
right.
You know what I mean? Arnold has no choice. I mean, dude, look at fucking Batman and Robin. Like every word out of his mouth was an ice pun. That entire movie. Like if you took a shot every time Arnold did an ice pun while watching
I still
Batman and
need
Robin,
you.
you'd have to go to the hospital to get your stomach pumped after.
That movie was pretty bad.
What movie?
Yeah, but you got to admit, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What was it,
Arnold
Batman 3
Schwarzenegger as
or
Mr.
Batman?
Freeze was
Oh,
pretty
man.
cool.
Oh God.
Was it Batman 3 or 2? Or it was pretty cool. Get out of here.
With Jim Carrey and
Yeah.
Well, the first Batman
No.
was the Tim Burton Batman with Jack Nicholson. The second one, you still had Michael Keaton, and it was Danny DeVito and Michelle Pfeiffer were the villains in that. The third one, you no longer
Which I
had
still think is
Keaton
pretty awesome.
I
or
thought it was
Burton. Instead, you had Joel Schumacher directing, and Val Kilmer was Batman. And that was the one where Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones were Two-Face, and that garbage ass movie.
Yeah.
And then the last one was Poison Ivy and Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze. That was Batman and Robin.
That's horrible.
So it's Batman, Batman
Oh.
Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin.
Man, I love the second Batman so much. When I was a kid, man, I was Penguin for Halloween that year.
Yeah, and
I love
that's why
Penguin.
like
He's my favorite.
that movie is the reason that when people complained about Batman v Superman and how Batman like kills perps. Like I'm like Tim Burton's Batman killed all sorts of motherfuckers. Right? I mean, he kills the Joker in the first one. And then
He lit
in
a
the
guy on
second one,
fire with his.
he burns the devil guy with the jet engine of his car. And then
Right.
the muscle dude, he stuffs a bomb in his shorts and shoves him in a sewer. Like
Yep.
he literally blows that dude to pieces in a sewer.
Yeah, 100%.
So
Like I
yeah,
said,
Batman,
Forever.
that Batman v Superman was not like the first time Batman was a murderer. You know what I'm saying? It's like nobody had a problem when Tim Burton was making Batman kill people, but all of a sudden when it's Joel Schumacher, or not Joel Schumacher, Zack Snyder, they're all up in arms. I mean, there's plenty of reasons to hate that movie, that Zack Snyder movie, but
I liked it though.
that isn't one of them.
I didn't mind it at all. I didn't look to find a reason to hate it. I just let the dumb stuff be dumb, and then I just enjoyed what I could.
Well, here's my argument. See, because what he did with that movie was he took two of the best Batman crossovers in the history of Batman comics
Yep.
and mashed them into one movie right at the beginning of his saga. And it's like, first off, The Dark Knight Returns, like, is when Batman's way older, not in his 40s. He's like 60. And, the Superman, the Death of Superman story arc, you're not supposed to do that until he's established as a hero and everyone can, like, miss him and mourn him. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Right.
because like
They
half the
rushed it. You ain't-
population wasn't even on board with Superman yet. So it's like them building a monument to him in New York doesn't really make sense. You know what I'm saying?
No, 100%. It didn't. They rushed all of that stuff way too quick.
And there were a lot of things set up in that movie that I would have liked to see come to fruition. Like, for example, what's his name? The guy that played Negan on The Walking Dead, being Bruce Wayne's father.
Yeah, him. Yep.
Them establishing him as Bruce Wayne's father means if they do the Flashpoint correctly, he plays Thomas Wayne, Bruce Wayne's father. You know what I mean? As the Batman of that universe.
Now who isn't call me dumb, but isn't Batman's mom like the Joker?
Yeah, in that
Or
story
no?
arc in the Flashpoint, yes, Batman. Bruce Wayne's
So,
mother is the one that becomes.
If
the
you
Joker.
go back and if you noticed in the Batman versus Superman, not only is it Negan playing his father, but the woman that's playing Bruce's mother is Maggie from The Walking Dead. So you would have had two. Yeah. If you go back and you watch it, I don't know what her name is, but it's the actress that plays Maggie.
And she definitely could have pulled
So
off
you would
that
have had
Joker the way they played it out in the comics, because it was fucked
Yeah,
up.
I think so
There's
too.
a bit in the comics where the Martha Wayne Joker has two children kidnapped, and
Yeah.
she's like, losing one baby will make you go crazy. I wonder what losing two will do. You know what I mean? And Gordon gets the heads up where the kids are and goes in without Batman, right? And he sees the Joker standing over the little boy aiming guns at him, and he unloads his gun into what he thinks is the Joker. But the Joker had propped up the little girl on the chair and put her coat on her, and Gordon had just murdered like an 8-year-old girl. And then the Joker sneaks up behind Gordon and slits his throat. So Batman walks into a room with two dead kids and a dead best friend.
Wow, that's fucked.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. All because Gordon didn't wait for Batman like he was supposed to.
That's like some like mind game Saw shit that Jigsaw would do.
Well, but you need something so horrific to happen in order for Thomas Wayne to help Barry Allen on a completely unrealistic quest that you have no reason to believe will work. Right? The only way Thomas Wayne goes along with that is the promise that shit can be undone, right? Because what Thomas Wayne was ready to kick Barry Allen's ass and throw him out of the Wayne Manor until Barry Allen says, "In my world, Bruce lived." Sorry, I've been rambling for a while now.
No, it's stuff to think about because I don't, especially the DC movies, like I don't think hard on them like I used to because the DCEU fell off and it just felt like, wow, why invest time into it when it's really just kind of a dead, on arrival. So it's kind of fun for me to think about those things again.
The panel here, Ace. What are people more looking forward to? The new James Gunn Superman film or the Marvel Fantastic Four film?
Man, see, for me, I've heard things about Fantastic Four that leave me on the fence. I was already on the fence with Superman just because it's just meh. I'm interested in both. I know I'm going to see them both, but my anticipation is a flip of a coin. I couldn't tell you which one I'm more excited for or less excited for.
All right, Kaz,
I
what about
probably
you?
won't even watch Fantastic Four. I don't care about them. But Superman, I'll be watching.
All right,
Yeah.
that's one vote for Superman. Kaz, you don't care either way either, huh? Oh, you're muted, Kaz.
Oh, you're muted, Kaz.
My bad, my bad. We're talking about Batman. That's not really my cup of tea.
Superman and the
Yeah,
Fantastic
well, we're
Four.
asking you
They ain't even
what
listen.
movies you're more interested in seeing, Superman or the Fantastic Four.
Superman.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
See,
have a lot of faith in the Superman movie because James Gunn's behind the wheel, and pretty
yeah.
much like every comic book movie James Gunn has done has been amazing. You know, all 4 of the Guardians films and the Suicide Squad and the Peacemaker show have all been amazing. So I'm pretty hyped for the
Yeah, I look
Superman.
forward to it. I'm definitely more interested in the Superman since that little teaser thing came out where they showed him, a little extended clip there. I thought that was like, all right, if this is the tone, I'm kind of digging it, and I feel like it's going to be more.
Why don't y'all
From what
take
I've
that?
heard, that
Take that in
the
the
Lex
field over
Luthor is
there.
really menacing. What's that?
Yeah,
Oh, you talking to you? You
He's
talking
talking
to
to
kids?
someone else. He's talking to someone else.
yeah, I'm talking to
Yell
the
at
kid.
him.
They're trying
But
to,
then
So you wouldn't have
Fantastic
to worry about
Four.
those
they're trying
kids
to
if
keep
you
the
keep
ball
them
away
in the
from my
mines where they
trying to bust the
belong.
ball.
Sorry, Ace. What were you
Well,
saying?
the Fantastic Four, I just feel like there's not a lot of hype behind it. I feel like that should be a movie where everybody and their grandmother is like, yeah, this is it. This is Disney version of the Fantastic Four. But it just feels like another flick that you could probably miss and nothing's going to bother you about it.
See,
I think
but
And
because
I think that sucks.
maybe the
I'm
other
pretty
one
hyped for
sucks
the
so bad.
Fantastic Four, and here's why: because they shot it in what they call Fantastic Vision, right? But
Yeah.
if you watch the trailer and you look at like the cinematography of the film, the movie looks like what they thought the future would look like at the World's Fair back in the like 30s or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Because you remember they had like the World of Tomorrow and what they thought the world would look like.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the Fantastic Four movie looks like it takes place in a universe where that is what the world looks like. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of got that feel to it, with the
It
cinematography.
looks visually, it looks epic. I have no grunts or anything like that towards like the way it looks. I just feel underwhelmed by it. Like, I don't know, Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. It's like, all right, I guess if that's what I'm being told, I have to endure. But like, he doesn't look like Reed Richards. I don't get the vibe of Reed Richards from him. The tone of the movie feels okay, but it just, I don't know. Maybe it could be just me. And maybe when I go to see it, I'm like, holy shit, this was actually, something. But as of right now, I was more excited for Captain America 4 than I am for the Fantastic Four, if that can put that on any kind of, spectrum of excitement.
They're not big on radar.
Right. I would say that I'm excited for Fantastic Four. I'm hype for Superman.
Ooh, good idea, Kaz.
I'm hyped for Superman. And as far as the Thunderbolts are concerned, I'm whelmed. I'm not overwhelmed or underwhelmed. I'm just whelmed.
It looks kind of like, I don't know, man. It looks like it's like you're putting a bunch of, I don't know. Well, I can't say a bunch of people never heard of these dudes, but I never heard of any of them. So for me, it's like y'all are using a bunch of like side characters and making a main movie about it.
Hey, I was just about
Well,
to say
they're
the
all
same.
villains from previous films.
I was just about to say the same shit, man. That like I don't know, for me as the kid, there were core characters that were introduced, and it's like, damn, y'all digging in all, like y'all y'all making every, you know what I'm
It's like
saying?
it's like the B team of the Suicide Squad almost.
Well, I
Like,
mean, but
No.
that could work because I mean, look at the Guardians, man. Did you guys ever hear of any of the Guardians of the Galaxy before that movie came out?
Not that version of the Guardians, no.
My childhood simple. It's like Batman, Superman, Wolverine,
But to
Catwoman,
think to
shit
to
like
play
that.
off of this conversation, Star Wars fans, we all kind of say the same thing of like, man, Star Wars is much bigger than the Skywalker saga. So when
Yeah,
you're like
I
when you're
wholeheartedly
15,
agree with that.
they can
so
crank
when
out
you're
media.
15, yeah, so when you're 15 years deep of these Marvel movies, like
you're right.
how many Thor movies can you make to where you're like, okay, holy shit, we've got like 10 Thor movies out of 30 of these films right now. So that's why I'm excited for Thunderbolts, because like I'm familiar enough with the characters through the movies to know who they are. But I'm very excited for what the Thunderbolts, the title means, because the Thunderbolts in the comic is an actual group of villains. Norman Osborn is normally the leader of them. I don't think they're going to do that. But as a comic book nerd, I'm like, that's a cool cup of tea I'm ready to have, right now, opposed to just give me fucking Robert Downey Jr. is Doctor Doom. It's like, oh, all right, I guess. So with the Star Wars analogy, Star Wars keeps playing in the same sandbox when it's this huge universe that they could dip their toes into, and they've done it a little bit. So with
Right.
Marvel, I
Well,
really
Andor is like season 1 of Andor. I think is the only Star Wars without lightsabers in it.
And it was good.
right, and that's what I keep hearing, and I like that. I wanna hear more stuff like that with Star Wars, and I hope
The best show.
with the Ryan Gosling movie that they're going to come out with. I've heard that it takes place after like Ray's saga and stuff. I just hope it doesn't intertwine with Ray's saga. Let it be a fucking different story across the universe somewhere else.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess that the Star Wars analogy is a good one, because that is one of the main things that I've been bitching and lamenting about is why don't you just tell a different fucking story, move the goddamn universe, all these things. I guess you're right with these. How many Thor movies can they have, or
I mean, it
Spider-Man?
could be the same thing with the comic book films too, though, if you think about it, right? Because
Yeah.
Not every movie has to be Endgame. Not every movie has to be
Yes.
this epic, massive thing. Sometimes there's just
Exactly.
street level shit to take care of. You know what I mean?
Right. 100%. And just to piggyback on that, and that's where it worries me with Spider-Man specifically making more movies. We have seen Spider-Man take on the Vulture and fucking Thanos. Those are two totally different entities in the MCU.
True, but there's something you're not taking into consideration.
What's that?
He did those things with the benefit of Stark Tech.
Yes, agreed.
Right?
Okay.
The moving forward now, nobody knows who he is, and he's wearing a suit that he stitched together himself.
Right.
There's no armor there. He can be shot now. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So to go with what I was saying, he's going to be default Spider-Man like he was in the comic books, just the basic guy with the basic suit, while the universe he still exists in is going to be that high-tech Tony Stark world. So if we see the Scorpion, are we going to see the Scorpion? I don't want to say an Iron Man suit, but that high-tech over-the-top suit? Or are we going to see the Scorpion with like the mechanical legs?
Here's the thing that you have to consider when you're talking about like the growing power levels of the Marvel universe, right?
Yeah.
After Endgame, they were pretty greatly diminished.
Okay,
right? You
that's
have
a
to
good
understand
point.
that there were a 5 years where the infrastructure was falling apart because the people who were maintaining it were blinked out of existence.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
So it's
and the
like,
hierarchy, yeah.
With half the people gone, only half the work was getting done. And everything fell into disrepair. And you also lost Tony Stark. You know what I mean? You lost Black Widow. You lost Captain America. You lost the foundation of your hero squad there.
I mean,
and
just
Thor, he's not even from our planet, so he's out in the space. Captain Marvel, she's out in space taking care of shit. You know what I mean? So it's like
What?
the level of threats, on Earth after Endgame is greatly diminished.
I got a question.
That's true.
I,
What's your question?
I've seen most, I think all the Spider-Man movies, but I don't really remember like the older ones. Was Kingpin really a villain in any of them like that?
Not in the
No,
Spider-Man movies.
Kingpin was only the villain in
Daredevil.
Daredevil stuff.
So why
And then Punisher stuff on Netflix.
why is it a licensing issue? Why they never did like a Spider-Man movie where Kingpin was like, I mean, he was a pretty big villain.
It is a licensing thing.
Okay.
Because when Marvel sold movies to Fox, because they sold movies to Fox before they sold Spider-Man to Sony.
Right.
And the properties that Fox bought were X-Men, Fantastic Four, Daredevil, and one other one. I can't remember which.
Did they do that when like the whole like superhero universe shit was kind of like blah before like Blade had came out and kind of
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Blade was the other one. That was Fox, right? So
no, they went to New Line Cinema.
Oh, that was New Line. All right.
Yeah.
But the ones that they bought at Fox, one of the ones was Daredevil. And when they were doling out villains for Daredevil, Kingpin was number one there. So Daredevil got Kingpin. So then when they sold Spider-Man to Sony later, Kingpin was already spoken for by Fox.
Gotcha. Okay. Because that was always kind of puzzled me. Like, why the hell? How do y'all have all these Spider-Man movies and no fucking Kingpin? Like, what the fuck?
Well, fun fact, Michael Clark Duncan was Kingpin in the Daredevil movie. And then there was a Spider-Man animated series on MTV for like, I don't know, maybe 10 episodes. And Michael Clark Duncan reprised his role in that as the Kingpin. So we do kind of get Kingpin and Spider-Man movie.
Well, but that's like
a little bit.
When it comes to the animated stuff, Marvel retained license on that. The movie studios only bought license to do live action renditions.
But it was cool that it was the movie actor doing the voice of it. So that's just the little degree of separation I can throw out there.
Right. I mean,
I did
and if
think
you
that
go
was
there,
cool.
like the 90s Spider-Man cartoon had Kingpin in it.
Yeah, and that's a great version, I think. I really like that 90s cartoon version where he talks like he's very sophisticated, like he's royal almost in ways, and I dig it.
You know, I've got the I bought the MJ figure that came with the Green Goblin for the 90s cartoon 2-pack thing.
Yeah, that's
cool. Remember the VHS boxes?
Oh, hell yeah.
So I bought the Mary Jane, but only because she's wearing jeans and cowboy boots, and I'm making a Honolulu West figure.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I remember you talking 3D printed head.
I remember you talking about that character.
Aries, wash your hands.
And I ordered some other stuff from a seller on eBay as well. I got
eBay, man.
I bought a classic helmet with the clear visor that comes down for G.I. Joe in classified scale. There's a custom I need to complete with it. Then I bought a Cobra jetpack for another classified custom to be completed. But then I bought 3 head sculpts. The first 2 kind of like together because I bought an unmasked Snake Eyes head. And anyone who read the G.I. Joe comic back in the day knows that unmasked Snake Eyes face is like pretty grotesque. He's got like his one eye bugged out and he's got cuts down the side of his face and everything. So it's a pretty messed up looking face. Kaz, do you remember that? The unmasked Snake Eyes in the comics?
Damn, that shit's over.
Yeah, what you say, you made a custom? Yeah, unmasked Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
I'll go by there. We'll go by there tomorrow.
I found somebody selling that head. So, and since I bought that head, I got the unmasked Ryan Reynolds Deadpool head, so they can argue over who's uglier without that mask. Right, but then the last head that I got You know, Kaz, that body that you put your head on, the tuxedo body, the Club Obi-Wan Indiana Jones figure. I bought a young Sean Connery head for that. So I'm gonna have a James Bond in a tuxedo.
Okay.
Hey, how about Galaxy's out here playing with this big ass bouncy ball and damn goddamn Prince bit that bitch and busted it and then snatched it and snatched the remains of it and ran off.
Wow.
Damn.
Damn.
That's some good bite strength on your dog there, man.
Man, he bit the fuck out of it.
Like the fact that he could open his mouth wide enough to get it around that, you know.
I know, man. It's like one of those giant balls that you get from
right. I knew exactly what you were talking about as soon as you said bouncy ball. I knew it was one of those massive ones.
He's like, y'all having a good. He's like, y'all having a good time. Like,
yeah, they inside now. He's over there just ripping
like,
it.
Not on my watch, bitches.
He's trying to rip it to shreds now.
He said, "Get back to the mines. What are you doing? Having fun."
What was this ball? Aren't you supposed to have a pickaxe?
Yeah. It's supposed to be Minecraft. Damn.
You he's just chewing that thing up nice.
That's fucked up, Prince. You're an asshole, Prince. You ruined the afternoon, Prince.
Yeah, they just went in.
Yeah,
I'll go by the mom and see if she has one.
Galaxy in the house talking about I hate Prince.
What a fucking asshole.
Yeah. Right, they're all on the couch, all that stupid dog.
Where'd you get the big ball? Where'd you find the ball at?
It was from Stars and Stripes.
Damn, you gotta win it.
She said that her mom has one at her house, so I'll go by there tomorrow and see if it's over there. I think it is, because when I went over there and grabbed that shit, I didn't want to, I got enough.
Temu that joint.
Oh, you probably get 12 of them for $1.
Yeah, you probably get 12 for $1. You better hurry before they stop fucking with us.
Dude, these little packs, these little cigar packs for like $1.12 or whatever, man. These are legit.
Man, you can't beat it. You can't beat it, man.
You can't.
They're awesome. They are awesome. All the little shit they have is cool stuff. I got water coolers, bar stools, bars.
Those studios, to answer your questions, I got them from Custom Carnage. He asked me about getting the head sculpt.
I'm gonna go chill too.
It's Custom Carnage on eBay.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to get one of those 4-inch Fortnite bodies and do the Howard the Duck modification on it. So I have a fully articulated Howard the Duck.
Yeah, I fucking hate that his legs don't bend.
Yeah, they know they're wrong for that.
Well, Robo on the Foosh did a video modding. He had a 4-inch suit body from the Fortnite line, the 4-inch figures, and he basically popped the head, the hands, and the feet off of it, dremeled it out, and then put the Howard head, hands, and feet on that body, and now has a fully articulated Howard the Duck.
That's great. I would love a fully articulated Howard. I don't understand why they didn't make his legs bend. Bastards. All of them.
Right. Basically, any 4-inch suit body would do.
Yeah, for real.
I bought that Deadpool and Hitmonkey 2-pack.
I was just going to say that. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, I could easily swap out the Hitmonkey for Howard.
100%. I don't understand why they didn't do that.
Like the Hitmonkey figure. I'm not going to get rid of that, so I'll buy a Fortnite body for him and be done with it.
Did you watch season 2 of Hitmonkey?
No, I read the comics for Hitmonkey. I didn't even know there was a show for Hitmonkey.
Yeah, they did an animated one.
Damn, I'm going to have to watch that.
The first season was pretty good. I like that.
It's on Marvel, Disney Plus. It's a sleeper show for sure.
Yeah, man. Hey, you could train a chimpanzee to kill people.
I like that.
It's sweet, man.
It's natural instinct. You just have to train them how to do it with a gun,
It's cool too, because like they even put Hitmonkey in the like Lego video game for like the kids and shit. So I was like, damn, that's kind of rad.
Yeah, that Deadpool
So-
and Hitmonkey 2-pack is fun.
Yeah, I saw
It
the
came with
Hitmonkey.
a nice 80s guitar as well, all yellow with like fluorescent shit on it, you know?
Oh, nice. That like glam rock look.
Right. It was like something Eddie Van Halen would have played.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Luckily for me, my daughter fell asleep after she ate dinner, so I was able to get this extra half hour in or 40 minutes or so. Chit chatting with you fellas. Is there anything you guys want to throw out there before I end this?
No,
Sunday night on Curtis's channel, we'll be doing 1988.
okay. All right.
So yeah, if you want to watch a bunch of old farts rank a bunch of movies from a decade long gone, come and check us out. Our guest panelist this week is Dead Man One of Toy Mercs. And
There we go.
after that, we'll be doing 89 at the end of May, and Ace will be our guest panelist for that.
Okay.
Got the list going now too, so it's pretty awesome. And like I said,
Which reminds me, Ace, if you have a logo for your channel, I'd like you to send me a copy of that because I'm doing this new like intro video each time now. It tells
okay,
that,
yeah.
you know, it says everybody who's there with their logos.
You just want me? Do you have a pen and paper? I'll just give you my my email, and you can just email me, and then I can just send you shit that way.
I can just go ahead and put my email in the private chat. You can just copy and paste it.
That works too. We could definitely do that. Bruce, what do you got anything, any wise ass comments or conspiracies you want to talk about real quick at all?
No, I don't.
No?
You know, I'm not a
All right.
conspiracy guy. I'm not a conspiracy guy. So the last thing I want to do is talk about conspiracies.
There you go, brother. It's in the private chat.
That's true. All right, I see that. I'll get it here in a minute. And Kaz, I know you got your live tonight. What time's that at, brother?
10 o'clock, man. I'm about to make the
There
post
we
right
go.
now.
Yeah,
There we
I'm
go.
gonna sneak
So
me in a little
everybody,
gap.
all the dozens of hundreds of viewers that are watching live around the globe right now,
Millions.
at 10 o'clock, get over to Casual Toy Collectors channel. There is going to be a live stream there, 21 and up, unless you got your mom and dad's permission, which I doubt. So don't be a little punk and sneak in there. We're going to check your IDs and your tickets, and we're going to usher your ass out of there.
Yep.
So other
With
than that,
force.
with force, just like the Kingpin used on that commissioner's head, that kind of
Oh,
force.
man, that shit is fucking crazy.
Yeah, right. They just his hands went right straight through his head.
Yeah, I was like, God damn, they really made Kingpin like brutal.
See, and that's why I want to see him like go down with Spider-Man. I want to see him use that kind of violence towards Spider-Man, and just because
They need that
If he can
R-rated. They
crush
need that
a dude-
R-rated Spider-Man.
if Kingpin can crush a dude's head, man, Daredevil, he's gonna break your body like it's nothing. Armor, suit or not, he's gonna crush you up.
Hey man, so hold on. You watched the season of Daredevil, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, remember the scene where the police was at the apartment? Not the last or the second to last episode, but like when they went to the what was his name? The White Tiger
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah. When they first had their
All
interaction
right.
with
Well,
Matt,
I'm not caught up yet, so I'm going to go ahead and leave before Bruce spoils anything
got
else
it.
for me. Peace
All
out.
all right,
right.
Prophet.
All right, later, bro.
You remember when they're fighting? Yeah, when they were waiting to see if the police were going to come. Okay, remember Daredevil was whooping them dudes' asses, right? And the one dude got like dropped on his neck. And I swear to God, man, that them dudes had got killed. I was very surprised in the next episode to see them like in court and shit. I was like, hold on, man, this neighbor got dropped on his neck and
Dude,
slammed
for real, the way
face
he-
slammed in the damn. I was like, nah, these motherfuckers died.
Right.
What the hell?
For real, that is straight up. I mean, even just the simplicity of like when he threw Bullseye off the rooftop.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care if Bullseye had, you know, reinforced steel body parts. His fucking head hit the ground, man. It would have been
Right.
cracked open brain
Right.
matter everywhere.
Dude, that's why I was like surprised to see him later on. I was like, man, hold the fuck on, man. You got thrown off of a goddamn roof. There ain't no
Right,
motherfucking
like a 3-story roof onto concrete.
yeah,
Like
man.
I fell off a 10-foot shed one time and thought I was dead. Like fuck that.
Yeah, man, they tripping. That was the
I
only
mean,
one of
it's
the things
one
I
of those
like.
shows. I guess you gotta right, and I mean you gotta to a degree suspend your disbelief. But
I guess.
if you're telling me a full-grown man can crush another man's head with his hands, then that dude that just fell off the fucking roof needs to die.
Yeah, and them
Like,
cops, man, that dude straight got dropped on his fucking neck.
Dude,
I mean, when
yeah.
Daredevil was like, when they were like, yeah, he's not trying to go to this dark place. In my mind, I was like, he already killed like 3 cops in the last episode. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
I was thinking like, okay, so he's killing people now. Like, I thought like that was him transitioning over to like just being like
The dark
fucking.
side.
I thought he killed them cops. So I thought like the next episode was going to be like the whole fucking city looking for him because I thought he killed them cops. And then for them to be in court, I was like, man, what the hell?
See, I think that would have been a dope turn, because then you would have really had the task force that Kingpin creates really being like, we need to hunt these guys down, and people would have been behind it. Like the commissioner would have been like, yeah, you know what, you're right, we need to enforce the task force. But now it's like everybody knows Kingpin is a dirty dude, but it's like you have to accept it, which is all right. But I think having a hunt for Daredevil would have been really fun.
I'm glad they put Punisher in there because Punisher plays no fucking games, man. He was just straight up killing.
Dude.
He's like,
That
fuck
scene when he had the guy's head on a table and he's shooting straight down through the dude's head.
Yes. I was like, oh. And when I didn't think he was going to kill the woman. I didn't think they were going to have him like, and then he straight gutted her and then stabbed her in the neck. I was like, oh, okay, this is they're doing the Punisher.
It's good shit. I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with they're gonna do a Punisher special.
They better bring motherfucking Echo or Iron Fist or Luke Cage, man. We better see somebody from one of them shows next season.
I just hope it's not the Punisher during like his depression state when he's got the beard and he's in hiding and shit. I want Punisher the end of this last season of Daredevil, escaping that situation he's in and just murking everybody. I want that.
I think, man. I mean, he was out of the depression. He went through the depression stage in the Punisher show, though, didn't he?
Right, exactly. Yeah, he did. But again, no, you're right, and that's why I'm saying I could see Marvel doing that just to be like, well, look, here's the Punisher show, but it's not, or special or whatever, but you're not really gonna get him full force yet. Like I don't want to see him with his beard and shit like that during that time period. I want now current. He's an escaped, lunatic out of the Kingpin's clutches. I want to see that dude.
Right.
And like just murdering people, the right people, of course, but still murdering them.
Right.
But those are my final thoughts.
I'll see you motherfuckers tonight. I'm gonna come to the stream in the thong.
Sure. I'll be. What? No, I don't want that. No, don't do that.
All right, I won't. Just because you asked.
Hey, see, it don't hurt to ask, does it? That's all you got to do.
The worst someone can say is no.
Exactly. That's why you just sometimes it's not good to ask. You just go for it.
Kaz didn't say no.
Right. He's thinking about it. He's like, man, can I see him in a thong? He's like, I could see him in person in the thong. Like everybody else is gonna see it on a video.
I'm minding my business.
You might see a strip.
Oh no. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in to Kaz's show tonight because you might see a little bit of cheekies happening.
Moose with the
This guy.
All right.
All right, fellas.
All right.
I'm gonna close down shop.
All right.
Alright.
Catch you later, man.
All right, I appreciate you guys jumping in.
Yeah.
All right, folks. And then, like always, there's just one. My hat sideways this whole time. Oh my lord, that's what it must be like to have a bad hair day, is having my hat sideways. I appreciate every single one of you guys and gal, because I see you, Queen Bee. I see you. Jumping in here into my live, into the stream. Kaz, Prophet, Bruce, I really appreciate you guys jumping in and talking action movies and action heroes and all that good stuff, toys, all the usual shit. But it's just fun chit chatting. So, like this video, subscribe to the channel. We're almost to 450. We're gonna do a giveaway when we get there. I'll throw out this real quick. When we get to 450 subscribers, we're doing 2 giveaways. One is going to be for this Walmart exclusive Django Fett Funko Gold. And for you puzzle lovers out there, the other, 2 of the greatest trilogies in the history of trilogies, Lord of the Rings, a puzzle, 1,000-piece puzzle. These could be yours. So definitely be part of that. Stay tuned for more details. Get over to Kaz's place at 10 o'clock here, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Actually, you know what? Before I end it, I do have to let me I have to write this down. All right, cool. I had to write that email down from the Prophet so we can be in contact. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.